York, big city of dreams. New York, big city of dreams.
Yep. We are here. What's going on? This is Jay Ellis from the Knick of Time show. Here to give you that Knicks talk just in the nick of time. And it's time to talk about a really close game, a tight game. We were down for most of this game, but the Knicks came back. Was actually up by 2 points with a minute and 10 seconds left to go, led by Jalen Brunson. But at the end of the day, the Knicks could not put away the Bucks. And we end up losing. What was the score? 110 to 105 advantage. Bucks. Brunson gives you 45 points. 45 points smoking from Brunson. Grimes gives you 17 points. Quickly gives you 14. And Mitch doesn't really score, but gets you 15 rebounds. We almost pulled out with this win. How we did it. We almost pulled out this win. We actually played pretty good defense. I didn't really feel like Giannis went out on us. Dame hit some timely shots, but it just felt like the others got to us, and we ended up falling to these Bucks. But there's still a lot to talk about. This is kind of an encouraging loss. I hate moral victories. I really do. But this seems a little bit moral victory-ish, and we're going to talk about it all, the good, the bad. Right?
Yes.
Before we talk about it, I'm going to introduce you to KOT's Rookie of the Year, Lady Ebony. What's going on, Ebs?
I'm good. I know, like you said, you hate moral victories, but you could take some positives out of this. Definitely.
Could definitely take some positives out of this. And I know I had the score. I don't know what happened. Everything's all over the place. I had the score up before. That's gone. It is what it is. There we go. But we got. But let's get into it. Jalen Brunson, right? This is one of those games. When I looked at this game on the schedule, I went, okay, this is a game where he can get back on track. Because Damian Lillard is not a defender. And what teams usually do when they have Jalen Brunson is they'll put that long wing defender on him or their top, and they don't have a long wing defender to put on him, and Dame is pretty much a cone on defense. So I'm like, oh, this is going to be a night. And shout out to Nick Nader on Twitter. He had like a survey. He was like, do you think Brunson will get 40 tonight? And I voted and I said yes for those reasons. And what do you know? He gives you 45. 45, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and the steal. And I found myself watching this game having kind of like replays of the Miami game going, man, this man needs help. What do you think, Eddie? Because that's how I was watching this whole thing going, man.
I was just happy. I was happy to see him, like, finally just have a bust out game. And I know this had to do well for his confidence. Not, just to say, okay, you shake the rust off a little bit. Because he was cooking. It didn't matter who was in front of him.
Nope.
He was doing his thing, and it kind of did remind me of Miami. But one thing I would like Brunson to do, he had a nice little slip pass to iHeart.
Yeah.
I would like him to do that with Mitch also.
Yes. Yo, this whole game I felt like a crackhead scratching his wrist. Like, dude, can we get Mitch some lobs? Do you have any of those lobs, please? Like,
they don't.
My man Mitch did so much dirty work. And shout out to Jay Brunson. He had a phenomenal game, 40 points, right? Needed some help. Any help from Randle. Grimes chipped in. But
yeah, he tried.
Mitch, man. Mitch did all this dirty work. He played phenomenal defense against Giannis. And actually, Randle did too, honestly. Even though I didn't like everything else Randle did. Gave us, 6 offensive rebounds, second chance points galore, and he can't get a lob. Like my man was doing all the cardio. He like I can't ever since RJ Barrett left the building because RJ Barrett didn't play today. The lob
No,
count has gone
damn.
significantly down. Like I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a point when Mitch first got here
It was
where
Lob Century.
he was getting 6, 7, 8 lobs a game. And that's
Yeah.
who was there? Was that like a Jared Jack era? Like who was playing when he was?
Well, rookie probably Jared Jack that series.
Yeah,
But
and then it's like, and that was his rookie year, and he probably figured this is gonna be life, but it hasn't been like that.
and it's crazy though. People don't understand. It's like dominoes, Jay. It's like dominoes. Like like you if you get Mitch involved, then Brooke Lopez doesn't get 1,000 blocks. How many blocks did he end up with? Because 7. He doesn't get 7 blocks because now he's thinking. He's thinking, do I play Brunson or do I go to Mitch? Because
Right.
he knows he's gonna throw a lob. And I'm gonna give. I know we don't like to talk about the dirty lollipop, but I gotta give him I gotta give him his credit. Trey Young does well with that.
Yeah.
He Atlanta, that's the part of their their offense. And I think we need to incorporate that lob because it can only help get that big off of you. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
we
And it actually
good.
opens up threes too. It actually does open up threes. Like people, people, like they go to the spacing thing. Like Mitch disrupts the spacing. I mean, like if you watch basketball and you know, like if you have a lob threat, right? Usually what happens is the guy who's supposed to be guarding the corner three has to help out to prevent the lob. That's what usually happens when you have a consistent lob threat. And if the guy who's supposed to be guarding the corner three helps for a lob, guess what's open? The corner three. So like when I get into arguments about people like Mitch, he clogs the paint, and I'm just like, you yes and no. Like if you
Yeah.
know how to use him, and he's a legit lob threat, could be a legit dive big that we don't use in that
Mhm.
way. It can actually open up threes for us.
Yeah.
But
And that's funny to me though, Jay, too, because when they talk about clogging paints, and I speak to like older, Knick fans and Brutus, he actually said it, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's a pretty cool point. That the back in the day, that's where the big stayed, and none of the guards had problems, or small forwards had problems getting to the lane when they wanted to, or scoring in the lane.
right.
So why is that the automatic excuse now? And especially, I was watching today, there was times fast break wise where Mitch wasn't even in the picture, and we still having spacing issues. We still having, we can't get easy buckets.
Yeah,
So
sorry.
is it really Mitch? Like
It's
that?
not because and this is what's frustrating. Like I feel like there's a lot of lazy analysts because they know it's like, oh, we're missing shots. It must be because Mitch can't shoot. And shout out to Dope Soul. And I actually said this. I said this on Phil's contest pods too. We had the most open threes in the league. The most open threes in the league last year, and we've been clanking them. This year, I just checked today, we're 20th in the league in 3-point shooting, dead last in field goal percentage.
Wow.
Dead
Wow.
last.
Bruh.
But fact of the matter is, we're getting open threes still. With the clog that if we can actually hit threes, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
But that's not what happening. And really, the Randle situation is still kind of rearing its ugly head too. So I'm gonna just ask you what you think of Randle's game, and we'll get to that part.
I'm traumatized. I don't know what to do. This guy, I'm honestly flabbergasted. I don't like that word, but I'm flabbergasted. I don't know. I don't know what to think of Randall, because one moment he's showing me he's trying to change, and then the next moment it's like that last game really got me scared. Like
Nah,
that effort can't ever happen again, ever in your career, ever. Especially in the Knicks uniform. Let me clarify that.
like
Um, but but I like that he tried to get it together at the end. I like
Hmm.
that Randle. That move that he had against Giannis, where he created that space and hit like the Dirk almost.
Beautiful.
He needs to perfect that and put that in his bag forever and ever. I
Yes.
like that move, and it actually brought us back into 1 point, I believe, or so. Like it was a crucial bucket when he did that, and it was against a good defender. So I need more of that. That's what I want from Randle. I'm tired of him launching the threes. We're getting threes by design. Teams are okay with us shooting threes because they don't believe in it. Um, when the Josh Hart thing, I get why Tibbs does it because he does it when Mitch is injured. He'll put Sims instead of iHart. Maybe just doesn't want to change up the flow of his written script. There we go with the written, predictable every game. This is how we're doing it.
Right.
But I think I like that part of that game for Randall, but the other part, no, it was still he was, as Clyde would say, Matador D. All he was missing was the red flag in some parts.
Yeah.
Especially in the fast break parts is what I want to say. Like this thing during fast breaks where he just kindly lets the person by him.
Yeah.
That's happened in a couple games now. Um, I don't know what that's about, but I don't know. Randall got me. I don't know which Randall gonna show up game to game,
Yeah.
and that's kind of crazy from your All-Star, All NBA player.
That's a fact. You know, it's funny. Like there was part. Okay, so there was a stint in the beginning of the game where I didn't like his defense. I felt like Giannis was getting everything he wanted for like the first few minutes. But then I felt like defensively though he was competing. He was more engaged. He seemed decisive today,
Yeah,
but even like he got to the foul line, it was better than yesterday.
it was, but it
I mean, the
still
last
wasn't great.
game, but it's still like he's still the decision making is still not clicking. It's still not clicking, and it's I don't know, man. I don't know. Like when Randall isn't being double teamed, he doesn't know exactly how to play. That's where I'm landing. Like if you double team Randall, he'll kick it to the open man 9 times a day. If that's his plan for the day, he'll rinse and repeat that. If he's being aggressive, that's all he sees is being aggressive. He doesn't see the rest of the game at all, and he doesn't know how to decision make. And that's what I'm taking from Randall today. And today he was horrible. What was his stat line today?
He was
5 for 20.
16. Yeah, five. That's crazy. That's
Five for
that's
20. Five for
that's
20. 1 for 9 from three. 11% from three. It gives you 12 rebounds though. Gives you 12 rebounds. And I did like some of the defense of Giannis because Giannis had a tough time. Giannis had a tough time. He did. It got to the point where Giannis was like, I can't
I'm
do
gonna shoot
anything.
this
I'm
three.
gonna shoot
I'm gonna,
threes. And he ended up
I'm
making
gonna shoot
threes.
facts, Jay. He was like, I'm gonna shoot threes. I'm gonna try at least.
Exactly. And he hit three threes in a row. So we forced him into shots that we wanted him to take. He ended up making it. So like overall, I like the defense of the team. But Randall still has a lot of work to do, and we're not going to get anywhere without Randall playing, especially with RJ out. We need him. We need him to kind of pick it up for real. And speaking of picking up, Quentin Grimes, 33 minutes today, 6 of 11, shoots 54% for the game, 50% from the field, 17 points. Liked his game today. Like I liked it. I still feel like he needs more shots because when you have Randall in the game, you have Brunson in the game. He took 11 shots. He was kind of aggressive in the stints, but I feel like those shots need to be more like 17.
Nah, I agree. I don't know. I know a lot of people give Grimes his issues, but his form is way too pretty to not hit shots or get hot in bunches. It's so smooth. It's fast. He may be too fast with it though. And if when he slows down, I know he has a couple years in the league, but it takes some people more time. Um, I know that that's not a Knick, but you look at what's it, Derrick Jones Jr. You see he's having a good year so far. He's been on a lot of different teams. It takes people different amount of times for the game to really slow down. I know we can't wait for him, but I think he can be a key piece. I think he can give us what we need with shooting because his jump shot is so pretty.
It
Um,
is.
but with me, it wasn't on the offensive end today. I really would have liked if Tibbs would have switched with him and Josh Hart on Dame. Um, I
Mm,
don't know if anybody saw it, but Dame actually called off a pick so Josh Hart wouldn't come on him because he was locking him up a couple of
mm.
possessions on the pick and roll. You know, every time they would get switched, Josh Hart would guard him, and Dame didn't score a couple times.
That's a good
So this
point.
time, Dame said he called it off, like, no, 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 you stay over there. And he attacked Quentin Grimes. And that actually ended, I think it ended a 10-0 run, I believe, if that was the right time frame. But yeah, it was I wish Tibbs would have made the conscious effort to maybe put Hart on, just put him on Dame, and let Grimes hold who Josh Hart was.
I
So
missed that tidbit, but if that's what's happening, I agree. I mean, if y'all don't know, Ebony, this is why Ebony's on the crew. Ebony got sharp eyes. Ebony actually played some D1 ball, so she knows what she be talking about. But yeah, I didn't catch that, but I'll take a look at that. But that makes a
yeah,
lot of sense because Dame was very quiet for a long period of time. He really didn't
ex-
score. Like I liked our defense on Dame. He really didn't score much until it was Dame time. It was towards the end. You know what I mean?
yeah.
um,
Definitely, and it was a lot of that on Grimes. Even a little up and under that was on Grimes.
mhm.
So I would have wished that maybe Josh Hart, not because I love Grimes' aggressiveness today. I did. I
Yeah.
loved it. But Dame is a very smart offensive player. I kind of would really and Hart played with him in Portland. So I
Mm.
definitely, practices, you got a little insight. I
Know your
definitely would have
tendencies.
wished, yeah, Tibbs would have probably put Hart on Dame the majority of the game.
Nah, I agree with you. And this is certain things I want Tibbs to do. Like with no RJ, we Grimes has been working with Penny Hardaway all year, trying to work on his pick and roll game. Can we run something with? Can we run similar plays with that RJ ran with Mitch? Can we do that with Grimes and Mitch? Like, can we? Because in my mind, it should be able to work. Because
It would work, Jay, but it's like with Grimes, he's really scared to make mistakes, and I really believe that. I really believe he's scared because he wants to stay out on court, so he's not going to venture to get too creative. You understand? He's going to stay within the system so he can play.
that's all I'm saying.
And
Tibbs got to be like, yo, let's. This is one of like this. We are missing RJ. Let's lean
yes,
on Grimes more. The times he's like, yo, we need to run more plays for Grimes. My man is shooting 50% from the field today and 50% from three. Who else? Let's look down the list. Who else shot well from three today?
nobody.
0 for 4. There you go. Nobody, exactly. Nobody, exactly. 0 for 4, Josh Hart. 1 for 9, Julius Randle. Was Jalen Brunson, score 45, 2 of 8 from 3. Quickly had 1 for 3. DiVincenzo, 1 for 4. The only guy who's shooting threes, you can't run plays, but like we need to run plays for him when he like I don't know.
Jay, this is what I say when I say we don't ride hot hands if they're not Brunson or Randle. We don't do it. We just don't do it. We don't let other people fizzle out because they missed a couple of shots in a row. We just stop giving them the
Just
ball.
stop fizzing himself out. We play defense on ourselves sometimes. We shoot ourselves in the foot.
Exactly. And with Tibbs, to me, okay, I granted you have to use your coach's strengths. But if you want to use your coach's strengths, I don't know if this is off topic, but if you because Tibbs is making me mad. But if you can use your coach's, it has to be a balance. It can't be all or nothing. It can't
Right.
just be conform to my strengths. No matter who you are, you have to come as a coach. That can't happen. It has to be a balance of what I know and what you're good at, and then I work my offense with what your strengths are. That has to happen. It can't just be a coach's strength. That's backwards to me. That is super backwards. If you see your guy is struggling, get him closer to the basket. Let him use his strength to do layups. Maybe to me, Randle doesn't do any off-ball movement a lot. There's not a lot of off-ball movement when he doesn't have the ball. It's more of clapping and hands up, like I'm here.
Yeah.
It was times even in today's game, I saw maybe Brunson wanted somebody to cut back door and there was nobody there. There was nobody moving. Everybody's around the perimeter.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be more creativity. You have to use your strength. You have you have an athletic center. You never use that as a threat. You never use that. That is a threat.
That's definitely
Somebody
a
that
threat.
can jump over defenses, that's a threat. Now they have to think. I have to be on my P's and Q's for that lob. And with Brunson, if he incorporated the lob, that would confuse the defense completely. Because now they don't know if you're doing a floater.
Exactly.
Or the lob.
Exactly. I always said him and Brunson and like IQ and Obi. Like I feel like you definitely have the floater and the lob go together.
Yes,
the floater and the lob go together. If you have a lob threat and you have a mean floater game like Brunson, teams should not be able to stop that. They should not be able to stop that. So I don't know, man. We have some weapons that I feel like we should be utilizing even more. And it's funny, the only other person I felt really confident offensively today was Emmanuel Quickly, but I knew he wasn't really going to get in the game because of the height differential. Like I knew that was going to kill us because what happens sometimes we'll go with like a small lineup with Brunson, Grimes, and IQ, but Middleton is too big. He's too big. It's like you end up. I don't know. You end up with trying to have Grimes on Dame, and you don't want to have IQ on Dame instead and cause problems. So it's like, I already knew it was gonna happen.
I don't know, Jay. I might have did offense defense if I could have this game as if I was Tibbs because, like I said, Dame kind of wanted Grimes on him. He did a good job in the first half or so, but when Dame time basically came and he's like, I don't care, I'm getting the shot off kind of thing. Grimes he scored at him a couple times. So no, I like Grimes out there today. He did it well defensively. Don't get me wrong. So I'm not gonna kill Grimes. I like him as a defender. I just think if he was a couple of inches taller, that it would be a wrap for the league defensively. I ain't gonna hold you. But they used that he's only 6'5" against them. So I like Grimes' aggressiveness. I like his confidence. I like that even though he's not, shooting up to people's expectations, he doesn't hesitate to let it fly. I appreciate that. Oh, and also I want to tell you because I watched it on ESPN. JJ was on the ones and twos, and he kept talking about Grimes and his work ethic and his confidence and things. He had nothing but good things to say about him.
Man, absolutely. I quoted. Shout out to Ian Beckley. He had the whole thing written on his article. And JJ definitely said he worked out with Grimes, and he was like, I can tell by talking to a player who's rookies, who's in their second year, what they're going to be by their work ethic and how they present themselves. And he said he was very certain that Grimes has a bright future. That came out, and then Grimes came out blazing in the first quarter. I was like, yeah, that's my boy. I was mad hyped. Super high.
Yeah.
But yeah. So salute to the chat. If you want to actually talk, the Discord, there's a Discord link you can go to. It's pinned to the top of the chat, so you can definitely do that. And click there. And I can also put the Discord link right here. Shout out to my bad. Yo, Ryan G, I saw you in the chat. I meant to shout you out. But my brain be going a million miles per hour sometimes.
Hope you're having fun. I'm gonna take that shot for you. I ain't forget.
Yeah, Ryan G's not in today, but he was in the chat. He's actually celebrating his birthday, so happy birthday to my boy Ryan G. Day one OG KOT fan over here. So shout out to, I don't even know if he's still in the chat, my guy, but happy birthday to you, bro. All right. Yeah. If you want to get into the chat and talk to us live, all you gotta do is hit that Discord link, and we can chat it up and talk Knicks basketball. All right, and also shout out, my bad, super chat time too. 420 super chat from my man Alexander. Super chats are welcome for sure. Helps keep the lights on, helps pay for stuff. It says JB the God. Glad we competed even though it was ugly. Yeah. Me too. There's some stuff to look forward to, man.
We're a scrappy team. We definitely a scrappy team. We're gonna fight. And I can appreciate that. When I watched it on ESPN side, that was another thing that they were talking about how that's how New York beat you or stay in games is they get after the extra balls and things of that nature. Like we had about 14 offensive rebounds in the first half. That's kind of crazy.
We just need to sometimes we just need to hit shots, man. Like sometimes, like I understand that the offense isn't complex. I understand that. I understand that there's certain things we need to work on, but still at the end of the day, when you're bricking wide open shots, you just gotta be like, all right, we still have professional NBA players, even if you don't have a complicated offense. If you should be able to hit an open shot. Like that's that's
Yeah. Bottom line. Also just as a basketball player, I didn't get to the professional level, but if you if you're even as a shooter, they tell you to keep shooting. You get it, but when you're off, you're not thinking about the shot, but you're going to make smarter shot decisions because you're off. So if you're wide open, then yeah, I have to shoot it. But if I don't have to shoot it right now because I'm so off, maybe I try to get my teammates involved.
Right.
And I thought RJ last season, he took too many threes when he was off because he was open by design. So basically, you're playing into the defense's hands.
Just like Clyde says, you're open for a reason.
Yeah, you playing in the defense's hand. So to me, Julius was off, and he was really playing into the defensive hand for a minute. And we'll keep getting back to it, but again, ESPN, like RJ was, Richard Jefferson. I hate to call him RJ. So Richard Jefferson.
Don't do that.
Yeah, because that's what they was calling him on. That's what they was calling him on ESPN. So I'm like, okay, no, I can't do that. Richard Jefferson, he was talking about it. He was begging Randle at one point to join the party. Like, I need you step up. When you gonna step up? Like, asking and it's like almost like Julius heard him though, because then she tried at the end, but for a long time he was asking him to step up.
And you can read Jalen Brunson if you were actually looking at the game. Jalen Brunson was asking him to step up without asking him to step up. Do you know how a point guard asks you to step up without saying words?
How was that?
He keeps passing you the ball back.
Facts.
That's when he's doing that. What he's really saying is, bro, I'm exhausted. Do something. I don't even care if you miss. Just let me catch my breath and do something. Because there was a series in like the last 4 minutes of the fourth quarter where he passed the ball to Randle. Randle, if you look at the basket, pass it back to Brunson. Brunson would take 2 dribbles, go in the paint, pass it back to Randle. He passed it right back to Brunson, and Brunson's like, bro, take this ball. It's like, he just been out here coasting. Do something. So
yeah, it was. Like I said, when I saw her, and a lot of times when Brunson was dribbling, he was looking for somebody to cut, and the somebody a lot of times on his side was Julius Randle.
Exactly.
Now I'm gonna watch the game again. I am gonna watch it again. I tend to do that a little bit, but from a first take, a lot of times when he was stopping his ball movement and looking to pass that backdoor cut, because Julius was sometimes on the baseline. Julius was just there. He was just, it was no movement. Like he has to move more.
He does, man.
He moving with the hands, waiting for no move, Randle. It's only going to make the team. He has to. Everybody's quick to talk about the accolades that he has, but that is individual. That's personal. What about his team accolades?
Yeah, and it showed out even yesterday. The last game, Emmanuel quickly tried to throw him. He tried to get him to move on a pick and roll, but Randle enrolled. He just stood there. So it's like I don't know, man. So sometimes I feel like he forgets how to basketball. I don't know what be happening.
I think a lot of times Randle definitely is watching because it's too many times that even today's game I caught in one time, but it's like each game somebody catches him where he's just watching and he should be moving to someplace
Mm-hmm.
and he's not moving anywhere. The ball done moved 4 or 5 times and he's still in the same spot.
Yeah.
So I
And
think I don't know, maybe he catches himself watching. I don't know,
and
but
this is what happens in a read and react offense. Like Brunson is trying to read, but nobody's reacting. Like you gotta move. You gotta move. Point blank period, you just have to move. But overall, like it's as simple as we need to move throughout the ball. We need to hit our open shots. And we're there. The defense is there. We're right there in the thick of things with the Bucks. Um, we're close, but the biggest thing that really needs to happen is Randle needs to get back to at least something, some remnants of what he was doing last season. And if that happens, we'll be fine. I think everything else will
yeah.
come together. And this is a game we really missed RJ. Really miss RJ. And when you're missing a guy who is RJ's size, it really shows out because what happens is you end up having to rely on Randle to play 38 minutes because you don't have any guy with size behind him. You end up having to, extend these guys because Middleton is too tall. You don't have that many people to defend him. We really need more length on this team. We really do. It's killing us.
Yeah, it was a point where but again, I'm not going to just like disregard the whole thing because they do well as points and when they don't play smart. I want to say because Josh Hart, we was worried about maybe the rebounding and things, but that part of him playing the four, that's not a problem.
No,
That baby got 10 rebounds today.
no, that's
So
not the problem. The problem
that's not the
is
issue. The
he's scared to shoot
defensive
still.
and that too, a lot of times he did hesitate today, and that confidence you cannot can like either shoot it or not. But I like his aggressiveness in the transition. I did like that.
I like that too.
He has some good moves and it was a good strong move. So I was like, ooh, a couple times he surprised me. I was like, oh, that was some strong stuff
Yeah,
there.
when he's going to the basket, it's something. But don't leave that ball.
Yeah.
I
Oh.
keep getting flashbacks of when Brunson didn't pass in the ball in Miami. And people were
Okay.
like, Brunson's a blog. And I'm sitting here going, do you know how frustrating it is when you're the only ball handler out there making something happen and you create an open shot for somebody and they don't take it? That is probably the most frustrating thing you can do, especially if you're exerting a lot of energy to get your open shot. Take the shot,
Yeah.
even if you
I'm
miss
I'm
it.
not I'm not gonna get too crazy about this loss because we did play a decent game. You picked the lesser of the two evils. You'll take Giannis shooting the three. You'll take Brooke Lopez if it's picking out a Dame, Middleton and Brooke. You take Brooke Lopez to shoot the three. So. And even with Marchand, was a boot champ. I said Marchand, but I mixed both of his names together.
Mm-hmm.
Even with Boot Champ, a lot of his open threes was because they were scared to helping off on Giannis or
Yeah,
somebody driving to the basket. But all this stuff that chops up and gets sharper as games go by. So I can't use that excuse for long though. So as the games go by, we gotta chill.
yeah. Nah, I agree. I agree. But I mean, moral victory, really, what it is. But it's a few things to tweak.
Yeah.
But we're right there. We're right there.
Well, I think so.
I wish Miles McBride had more minutes, but not even more minutes, more impactful minutes. Because even defensively, he was overhelping. And
Yeah, today wasn't his best type of game because even on the defensive end, he didn't make his normal impact.
mm-mm.
And he's not if he can't hit that open three, he's not gonna see it. He's getting the benefit of the doubt because he hit some, I
Mm-hmm.
think.
He's some in
But if that
preseason. He hasn't hit
continue,
him in the game
yeah,
yet.
yeah. But if it continues that he doesn't hit, hit. in the game when he's wide open, then yeah, he's not gonna see many more of those minutes. That might be somebody else's minutes.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I'm starting to look overseas real quick.
Not to be honest, like I know we play around with it in Twitter world or whatever, but not even but just for those seconds, just for those minutes to bridge and just to be a long defensive presence because we have supposedly enough offensive presence, one-on-one players and when RJ comes back, because we see the importance of RJ. I hope people do see that. But anyway, maybe just try because we do have a little length on the bench, right? Maybe try. Oh, he's a two-way player, so he's in G League. I know we like the topping. We don't want the topping player, but his game is defensive wise.
Right.
He's not his brother.
I understand. I know what you mean.
He locks in on that end. So if that's where the problem gets you, it seems like he's a high energy player where he just goes about effort and defense. And if you need that for a little while, just situational, just to see how that looks.
Yeah.
Why not?
Nah.
I think he should have did that in preseason though, but he decided not to.
Yeah, I don't think none of those guys are going to see the court. None of those guys have seen the court. I've been seeing people talk about them in depth, and I did that like years ago when we were still looking for talent. But at this point, those guys aren't seeing the court. So I don't.
What about I know it's out the box and not for long periods of time, but just in case, like a plug-in. Jericho moves very well off the perimeter when it comes to guarding guards and that nature. He's on our team. Use what we have. Jericho has very fast feet for a person his size.
Now, I agree, but it's just still where you put him. Like I felt like we actually guarded Giannis pretty good today. So because we guarded Giannis pretty good today, I don't know where else would you put him. You have him guard Middleton. We already have weird spacing, so like I feel like it's not going to help.
Well, maybe I know I get what you mean on the offensive end, but if you need a couple of defensive stops just to do something, then maybe you just do that for a little while, not long periods of time. Maybe you put Jericho Sims on a Middleton and see what that looks like. Because if you switch off with him, he pretty. I've seen him stay in front of point guards, shooting guards pretty well.
No, he can.
Multiple times,
He can.
So
I just feel like today the biggest problem was offense.
Okay, yeah, definitely. We couldn't hit a three. We couldn't hit it.
We couldn't hit a three. I feel like today was the biggest problem. Even though they scored 110, like I feel like it was a scrappy, blood, sweat, tear wrestling match, claw your eyes out type of 110. It wasn't. I didn't feel like it was an easy 110. Like they had to do some things they wasn't even used to doing to get that 110. So I don't know. They deserved it. They did. They deserve that one.
Yeah, we seem to wake up everybody though. Everybody wants to have a good game.
Yeah.
I just want to say I felt that like we didn't get. I don't know if I said this out. I feel like we didn't get either consecutive stops or consecutive buckets at the same time. Like either we got the stops and then we couldn't score, or we were scoring and we couldn't get the stops.
Yeah, no,
that's how I felt today. Was
there was only like one. There was the 10-0 run in the third quarter was the only time where I felt like both of those things were kind of happening at the same time. That's when like Mitch stopped, I think Giannis in the corner, Grimes hit a three, and then Jalen Brunson started to go off in that third quarter and get consecutive buckets. That was the only time where I felt like the offense and the defense was actually working with each other. But after that, it wasn't really happening. It really wasn't. It was like either or, like you said.
Sure. Yeah, and then again, I want to talk about Mitch effect. How many soul layups today?
Yo, Mitch really be scaring these tall centers. He really.
How many soul layups?
Because Lopez was shook for a few. Shook.
Again, he had to go outside. He went outside.
And the one shot where Mitch was guarding him outside, where he didn't have to do no long closeout. He had him break that. But it's when Mitch helps and has to recover is when Lopez hits those threes. But like when Mitch is actually guarding him and he tries that, it's not happening. It's definitely not happening. I'm curious to see how Mitch is going to do with Wemby because Wemby
I'm
is
curious.
taking
I'm
a
excited. I'm like, look,
yeah.
wait, come on, hurry up, game, hurry up, game. I just want to
I
see.
want to
I
see
want to
sign.
see.
I want to see sign real quick.
I want to see if what I believe is gonna happen.
Yeah, yo, cause he was holding his own today on defense, man. Like he was, yeah. I liked how he guarded Giannis today when he got the chance to. I liked it.
We definitely, and normally Giannis used to give him fits a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But he's gotten a lot stronger. Definitely. Because even Brooke Lopez was having issues containing him.
That's a
And,
fact. That's 6
so
offensive rebounds on Brooke Lopez. Lopez is a big boy, so
and pretty smart. He's pretty smart. So yeah.
absolutely, yeah. But salute to the chat. I think we're gonna end it. Let me just give a shout out to the chat real quick. Shout out to Alexander, Craig Ward, Aunt Doobie. Who else? The greatest guy in the game fridge. Shout out to my real fake cousin Winston Ellis. I see you. Trevor Froond, I see you too as well. Everybody else is rocking with the KLT show. And yo, shout out to the CAA affiliate. You be content hopping. I see you, brother. I'm happy to see you. People want Mook. I actually really love Mook, man. Mook is the one guy that I would love back in a Knick uniform. I just don't know if they would Philly give him up.
Well, he wanna go. That's his hometown.
Yeah, like that's Philly. Like I don't
Now, I
think
don't
he's
know
gonna
if
want to
that
leave.
happens.
Why would Philly even want him to leave? On top of that, whose minutes are taken? I know, like for me, like I said, but we just paid these people. So there's no way, even though to me it makes sense to have him, take some minutes from Dante or take some minutes from Hart. We just paid them 20 million and we just paid them 5 years, 54 million. So realistically, even though it would make sense, I don't see us doing it. And
Right.
even like trade deadline, I'm not sure what we're gonna do. Because usually what we end up doing in the trade deadline is we'll like move a non-rotational piece for a rotational piece.
Mhm.
But I don't think we have any more of those moves left. At this point, if we move somebody, we're gonna have to move somebody who's already in the rotation to get a new person in the rotation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, where I feel with that is if it's not Evan Fournier, I'm not with it. Not for now. Like I get what you said to maybe to the All-Star break. I can see because we'll have a lot of games to make a decision on. But but I really would like to give Evan Fournier another chance to play somewhere else.
Right.
I know we're gonna probably have to attach a pick, but when we got all these picks, I knew that they were never going to use them all. That's impossible.
We're not attaching no
People,
pit to Evan Fournier. We might
but what I'm saying is people get attached to these picks and they get mad when we don't draft. But
right.
when you have this many draft picks, there's not room for everybody. Who
Yeah.
are they gonna play over? So you just collecting talent like OKC is, and the ones that really don't work out to your liking, you just cutting. But that doesn't mean they're bad. So when I think about that, I know I talk about my co-host for the pregame space and on Twitter,
Mhm.
your takes that he always says about Darius, what's his Bradley, that is an OKC guy. And what is his height? I think he's about 6'7", 6'8" ish.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't have to trade anybody for that. I know we have to probably clear room
Yeah.
with all the new CA rules and things of that nature, but maybe we won't have to just maybe it is a Derrick Rose type of trade we can do where we can maybe a pick or two get us somebody or have to attach it to Fournier. I'm wishful thinking, but I'm hoping that one time we don't have to have the Knicks tax. One time we could fleece somebody else,
Man.
or get the better of a deal.
The hate be real. There's no way. I don't even know if this will ever happen. I don't even. It just seems like even when we even when we do the right thing, they just like, oh, you want to play Knicks tax? We just gonna send them somewhere else. It's like,
For cheaper too, way cheaper.
exactly. We're gonna send them somewhere else for the price that you wanted originally. Yo, when Donovan Mitchell went to the Cavs, and
I
all I heard from this beat writer who covered Utah was like, there is no way Utah is sending Donovan Mitchell anywhere for less than 4 picks. It's going to be 4 picks or nothing next day. Gets you Donovan Mitchell for 3 picks. I'm like, this
That ain't 4,
that
right?
ain't 4. Mr. 4. Like,
Nah, it's always a Knicks tax. That's why I say I'm not wishing upon a star anymore. No more of that for me. I'm a rock out with who we have. But I ain't gonna hold you, Randle. Randle, it's been a couple of years of this. Enough's enough. And same things
yo,
with Tibbs.
I really might be looking at Jeremy Grant, yo. Like if he can't get no like big stars. I know everybody's talking about Cat. I don't know,
I
man.
like Jeremy Grant too.
I
I
like
like his
Jeremy
game.
Grant. Like he can play some small forward and power forward. Like he can be some insurance just in case Randall gets too crazy. You can plug him in, and he can actually hit threes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He just don't
Yeah.
rebound. That's this thing. He just don't rebound.
My thing with Randall is like, do you really love basketball? You got me questioning your love for the game right now. Um, and it is what it is because I don't know. I guess I was different in that because you want to be a team player. You
Right.
you want to be the person that helps. Just again, the goal is to be productive as much as possible. On each end, how can I make this get the easiest bucket there is? There has to be more creativity in our offense. We have to do more screening, more back screening. We don't have the Kevin Durant's. We don't have that. So we have to work with what we have and get everybody involved, which is kind of what um the Bucks did today is what I would like the Knicks to do all the time.
The
You
Bucks.
get the supporting cast, you get what I'm saying, involved.
Yeah. No.
And then now it's Dame time and Giannis time in between.
Yeah, because Giannis really ain't do like Damian Giannis really ain't do much to me.
You
Like
know, they
Dame
scored a
did the
lot
last
though,
3 minutes.
but it was quiet.
It was very quiet. It was very quiet. I'm gonna shoot pull up their stats. Like this is crazy. Giannis Antetokounmpo, let's see,
Yeah.
almost 60%, 22 points. It was crazy. It didn't even feel like 60%. It didn't feel like that at all. I don't know why it didn't feel like that. 7 to 13
He
from the field, 22
he
points. Maybe
went
because he
three
didn't
for
have 40
three.
points.
It was the threes. He went 3 for 3.
It was the threes. It was the threes, and I feel like he averages more like 28 or something. So he asked.
He only took 10 shot attempts, so that's a win
Yeah, you know
to
what it
me.
was? Oh, this is what it was. The 7 turnovers. That's why I felt like a struggle. We forced him into 7 turnovers.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, we forced him into like
Dame had 4.
yeah, like I felt like we defended him really well. I really did. Yo,
Yeah.
Dame having 30 points is crazy.
And
That
and I
was the
see
quietest 30 points I've ever seen in my entire
yeah, it just all through the game, like he picked his spots in between in the games. But yeah, it says East Blue Drew definitely said we need Brunson creating for more people, and I agree. I definitely agree.
Yeah.
Um, like I said, I seen him with the pass to iHeart. He
Mm-hmm.
slipped him a little pass, and when she did this, the first thing I said, not to be because it's my guy, but just because like I've been asking him to look for him for he cuts. Like, why can't you do that with Mitch? It's been times where he seals another person that's smaller than him,
Yeah,
and
they don't give
they
him the
just
ball
don't
for the
see it.
lob or the
They just
post
don't
up.
see it.
Yeah.
And that's not even because it's my guy and I want to see him score. It's just in the scheme of a team, you want everybody to be productive some way. So if you have a mismatch, that's the time for him to be productive, you
Right.
know?
Right. I hear you.
And if he not, then at least you gave it to him. Now we got to look at Mitch like you got to make that. That's
Mm-hmm.
you have to make that. But he don't get it at all.
Yeah, you don't even get it at all. I agree. But yeah, good game though. I mean, it's a
Yeah,
decent game. What's the next game up? We lost, and this is the in tournament game. We lost the in tournament game.
I get it, but I don't get it.
I
So
don't
how
get. I
many?
still don't get it. Like, I think if we won,
So
we go to the next round. I don't know.
how
I know
many
they gonna.
times can you lose in this before you out of it? Like, what is that?
I
You
have no
see?
clue. But I already know they. I already know they set us up to have the first in tournament game versus the Bucks. Is kind of crazy, but whatever.
That and Denver, that and the Mavs because they got Denver, the returning champions, right out the gate.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. But it's just crazy. I don't know. Our first the losses, we barely lost to the Celtics and the Bucks. Barely,
Yeah.
barely. We were right there. Our
Yeah.
team is flawed, but we were right there.
We're very flawed, but what team isn't? It's some teams that look good, better on paper, I guess, and it's some teams that gel. They're going to gel and in action show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm right again. I say I can't use this excuse for long, but right now I see, like you called it, a moral victory. I see it, like you said, we haven't struggled, and Boston blowing people out by 50. And
Yeah,
we
exactly.
basically beat ourselves because we couldn't hit free throws.
Couldn't hit free throws. We couldn't hit layups. I remember watching Brunson missing layups
Layups, yes, yes. He missed
in that loss to the
close
Celtics.
shots.
In the fourth quarter,
Yes.
missing layups. Like, oh, 2 feet. No one's guarding me. I was like, oh, okay. This is why I was mad when Lee was like, they defended him well. I was like, do you know how many open shots he missed by the rim?
Yeah, they did. He did get a lot of open shots, and again, I was calling that fatigue.
Yeah.
But I think just with Milwaukee is picked to win it all. Many people have them to win it
They are
all,
flawed. They're very flawed too.
and they're very flawed.
They're very flawed.
And something I had said, and people told me I was nutty. They're like, "Oh no, not at all." And I said that Drew Holiday is a big, big piece to replace. Dame replaces, and yes, it's Dame time. You see the offense, you see that, but you also see the other things that he doesn't do that Drew did. When you have a point guard that can run your team, score when you need it, shoot when you need it, go to the basket when you need it, when you need it. Maybe not on the floor, the same level as Dame, but he
Mm-hmm.
does it efficient. And then you have him guard 1 through 4.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure for you. It's a
Yeah,
lot.
you're going to miss that on the perimeter. You really will.
It-
And you're seeing that because I
yeah,
think they're the last ranked team in defense.
yeah, it's crazy because he can't do any of that. But like when the game is online, Dame, you saw what happened
Yeah,
when
Dame.
the
It's
game was
Dame
online.
time.
It's just like
Yeah.
just get it close and I'll take you home. But don't let it be far. Then I don't know. It's like it's gonna be interesting. Like maybe I don't and this new CBA makes it hard to pick up pieces along the way. So maybe might have to trade for that piece, and maybe they'll get one during the trade deadline. Who knows? But we'll see what happens because they definitely need a defensive. They need a defensive wing, really bad. Might be worse than we do, more than we do. But yeah, I think good time to end it. Next game is Sunday. No, when's the next game?
I'm about to find out. Right.
We got the Clippers on Monday.
I know that.
Oh,
Is that
James
still?
Harden in the Clippers.
Is that still this in-game tournament thing?
I don't think so.
No, it's not. That's not. No, that's just a
Is
regular.
the in-game
This thing
tournaments
is.
only Friday? Because I feel like I've seen a bunch of in-game tournament courts. Ugly in-game tournament courts. Lord, did you see
Yeah,
the
and
Bulls court? Woof.
their colors are not close. Y'all made us get this ugly orange, and nobody else colors is close to theirs. For real, the blues is off.
Yeah.
I was upset. Like, how y'all letting everybody else just pick whatever color they want? We get stuck with the turnover. We're gonna have turnover galore on that
Oh
court.
yeah. No one's gonna be able to see the court. It's gonna be blinded. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be nuts. But yeah, next game is Clippers. We got James Harden coming to the NY on that game. So buckle up for that one. Hopefully we'll have RJ Barrett back for that game because that's gonna be.
He is the system, Jay.
Hmm?
That's what Harden said. I'm the system. I don't.
When he said I'm the system, he's like, I don't need to be in the system. I am the system.
I am the system.
Yeah, my head right to Jay-Z. I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman.
I'm a businessman.
It's
Let me
like I'm
handle
not
my business then. But like some of the media called it about Harding that he's not gonna take a back seat now. He has to redeem his reputation. He
Mm-hmm.
did that. He took less money for Philadelphia and look, it kind of like bit him in the butt. Probably that's what he thinks.
Yeah.
So he's looking to be James Harden, not fit in no
Yeah,
sense.
not for real. I think he's counting on them being injured. Like I feel like that's what he's doing.
I feel a Jordan Poole type season for
Oh yeah.
James Harden.
Oh,
He gonna be me time, me
yeah, man.
time.
Calling his own number. Did you hear? Did you hear Embiid's clap back? He was like, "You give him the ball all the time. What the hell he talking about?" Like,
He's never gonna be happy.
nah,
I've never been a James Harden fan, and he's proved to me that I wasn't missing
nah. You're right
anything.
about that. You're right about that. But yeah, that's the show though. Let me wrap it up. Get some rest. Thank you guys for supporting KLT fan. We'll be back on here on Monday talking Knicks basketball. I think that's actually Ryan G's birthday. Was the 6th. So he's starting on Friday. He's gonna go ham until the 6th. We're probably gonna see him in the next game on Wednesday. Probably.
Party weekend. He said birthday weekend, not day,
Exactly.
weekend.
It's weekend.
Happy birthday. Shout out
Yeah, man. Happy
to
birthday to
Ryan
you,
G.
Ryan G. And shout out to Lee too.
Yes, leave my guy.
Yeah, my guy Lee. All right. But yeah, good show, Eb.
Definitely.
We'll be
Hopefully we'll be back on Monday talking about joyful wins.
fact
Back in the
because
win
we
column.
need to get this slide over because we got the clip because they were not kidding when they was talking about the Knicks having a hell week because we got the Clippers coming up Monday and then we got the Spurs. Well, it's looking like they're dangerous now. They're not supposed to be dangerous because they're supposed to be the team that's rebuilding. But when Wemby is taking out
Suns
the
and stuff.
Suns with Booker and KD at the same time, so we'll see what happens.
At the same damn time. He said,
Same
"What's up?"
damn time. I'm looking at
Wouldn't be a problem.
I'm looking at the 13th though.
Ooh,
Oh, we got a back to man. You see how dirty
we
they do
got
us?
4 of them things.
You see
Oh,
how
Celtics.
dirty we have the Hornets on Sunday and then the Celtics on Monday.
They
The
cheating.
schedule makers doing us dirty. Holy cow.
That all I'm gonna say, that just means that we're gonna have an easier schedule at the end, the back end. I hope it's not too late for
Yeah.
nothing, but we're gonna have it at the end of the back of the
Yo.
season. Less back to backs, and I'm guessing more home games.
Schedule's doing us dirty. They had us play Atlanta, then have a back-to-back with the Pelicans, and that's the Pelicans home opener. So you're back-to-back. Think about this, guys. You're back-to-back on the road is against a home opener
That was
team
rested.
that was rested. And to then go back into another back-to-back against the Celtics. The schedule makers are woo. This is what you know what it is. I know I figured it out. They mad that the front office isn't giving media interviews.
Well, maybe, but it's working. Everybody, I know a lot of people want to hear our front office talk, but it's working. You see, I watch ESPN just to see what they were saying about us, and they were giving, but like real analysts of the Knicks. They was speaking stuff. I'm like, okay, no narratives, no speaking what the old stuff of yesterday, but that they've been paying attention to our team and they were giving decent. So I think that them not talking to the media has had an effect on them. And when I hear we're going to trade for this person, I'm like, why? Why would I believe this? When they're not even talking to us, how they going to talk to the media? They're not talking to nobody.
Well, we gotta keep it that way, and to keep it that way, Randle gotta play better, and Brunson gotta pass the ball to Mitch. All right, that is our show.
Oh, I just want to say real quick though before we end. I know we said that's our show 8,000 times, but after that back to back with the Celtics and the Hornets, the first game back is the Hawks.
So that'll be
after the back to back, we play the Hawks.
I ain't scared of no pigeons. We got that.
I ain't scared of the Pigeons either, but they gonna try to redeem themselves. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, you're right. You for sure. They will. They definitely will. But yeah, that is our show. Thank you guys for watching. We will be back on Monday as we play James Harden, Paul George, and them guys, the Clippers. So definitely tune in after the game to watch that. And you already know the drill. As always,
shout out the Worldwide West. Everywhere we go, we leave a worldwide mess.
It's a mess out here in these Knicks YouTube streets. That's our show. We out this mug. Peace.
New York, big city of dreams. New York, big city of dreams.
NYC.